tabletop-ready Bloodknights. This paint job is perfect for people like me who somehow don't like to paint cavalry but like to play with them. As a Soulblight Gravelords player, we already have to paint millions of zombies, skeletons and direwolves, so let's make these Bloodknights look amazing without taking too much time. We start with painting the horsey or nightmare with Corvus black. We can add a bit grey in there for the more raised points and highlights of its skin. I used cold grey for this, but to be honest, every grey should work at this point. For the armor we use Pro Acryl's bronze and we leave out some parts that we want to cover with copper, like the ornaments on the shield or the front of the nightmare armor. If you like content like this, I would love to encourage you to leave a like, and if you are new here, first of all, welcome to the channel. And you could consider subscribing, as this really helps out in the long term. Pro Acryl's copper has slightly more red compared to the bronze, and that will come in hand in the next steps. For the Templar weapons and other metallics we use dark silver. We shade all the bronze and silver parts with Vallejo's Game Wash Black. And all the copper parts with Reikland Fleshshade. We only wipe away the biggest and ugliest of poolings, but in my opinion some of these tend to look really good in the end. We start painting the verdigris with a very watered down blue-green. An alternative would be Ahriman blue if you are using Citadel colors. Just let it flow into the recesses and try to capture the most of the dense and rusty areas. I also have to give a shout out to an Instagram user with the name of Possibly Nerdy Rob. He heavily inspired me with his own work, which is so incredible, colorful and well crafted. So please check out his account, a link will be in the video description. For the hooves and the skull of the horse, as well as the reins, we use dark rust or dried bark. Wet blending some Elfic flesh onto these parts until we are happy with the color. The, as I just learned it called, Caparison of the horse gets a coat of dark sea blue. We can add a bit of dark purple to tint the areas that lay in the shadows. We also can mix it up a little here and there to have some color variation right from the start. All the other fabrics, like from the Vampiric Rider and the reins, get a coat of Hexed Lichen, as well as the little banner on the weapon. I did not want to have red in my Bloodknights, as I thought this is a bit boring since everyone is doing it. That's why I choose the next noble looking colors, blue and purple. After that, we paint the more raised areas with magenta. We can add a bit of white in there for the most outer points. We can wet blend a little here and there. If it's getting too bright, just add more magenta, and if it's getting too dark, just add more whites. It really is that simple. Don't think other people don't have these issues. This happens to me every time I paint. You're not alone. The Caparison once again gets a edge highlighting layer of 50-50 mix of dark sea blue and Elfic flesh. The brighter you paint these, the more ghostly they feel. The Rains get an edge highlight of a 50-50 mix of Elfic flesh and Hexed Lichen. And now we are tying the entire paint job together with a very rough edge highlight of light bronze all over the raised armor parts. Try to capture all the most edgy curves of the armor and the rider. This will make them look absolutely battered down, used and old. And while you see me smashing on some colors on these bloodsuckers, I like to mention my Patreon account where you can support me, get access to my Discord server, vote for content and even suggest full-blown topics for a specific video. And while we're on it, thank you Nils Matuszewski, I am happy to record another Emperor's Children video with your ideas. And we're brightening up the silver parts with light silver. And if you want to know how I made these bases, I have a tutorial about these too. For the Nightmares and the Vampire's Eyes, I used a coat of dark sea blue to darken down the entire area, as this is very important so that the coming glow effect has a lot more punch to it. We are only painting the inner part of the eye socket with light blue and we try to capture the edge of it when we pull the brush out. If the rider is unhelmeted, these tiny details really add an interesting focus point, and let's be honest, a vampire with bright glowing eyes somehow looks more menacing. And with these final words I say thank you for watching, don't forget to leave a like and we are going to see each other in the next one.